for years, for visits. And once again, the warm hills of Namsaling welcomed us home. Through the early morning silence, as mist rested gently on the village paths, we arrived. We carried our instruments and charts, but more than that, we carried the same promise we make every year: to listen, to care, and to make dental treatment a little less scary and a little more human for the children who call these hills home. We met a familiar face, Safal. Last year, Safal was just like many others. The sight of the dental chair made his heart race. Fear sat beside him before we ever did. But today was different. He walked in first. He sat confidently. He looked up, met our eyes, and smiled. "Ma daraundina hajur. I'm fine now." His pain was gone, but something far more powerful had remained. His courage. That courage was once inspired by another child, Aditya, from an earlier visit. And today, Safal carried that courage forward, quietly, naturally, without even realizing how powerful it had become. Then we noticed someone new, Ashika Tamang, quiet, hesitant, half hidden behind her friend. She pressed her cheek gently, then quickly pretended she wasn't in pain, because sometimes, children learn to hide pain before they learn how to ask for help. Pain had already reached Ashika, but fear had built a wall around her, a wall made of uncertainty, stories, and silence. Before we could say anything, before we could explain or reassure, Safal stepped forward. The same boy who once feared us the most now stood calmly beside Ashika, encouraging her to go for a dental visit. In that moment, something beautiful happened. Courage passed from one child to another, softly, honestly, without force. Sometimes, children listen best to those who have walked the same path and return smiling. Ashika finally stepped inside. Her hands were trembling, but she didn't turn back. We showed her every instrument, explained every sound, talked to her like a friend, because when children understand, fear begins to loosen its grip, and education heals, even before treatment begins. As we treated her, her fear slowly melted away. The pain that had stolen her sleep for 2 long nights was gone in minutes. And then she smiled, a small, shy smile, but strong enough to remind us why we travel these long roads year after year, to reach villages like Namsaling. Before leaving, Ashika paused at the door. Holding her leaflet tightly, she whispered, "I will tell my little brother not to be scared." In that quiet promise, we understood the true purpose of our camps, not just treating teeth, but building trust, not just providing care, but creating confidence that stays in the village long after we leave. Every visit teaches us something. Fear can be healed with information. Pain can be prevented with simple habits, brushing twice a day, rinsing after meals, regular checkups. And courage can spread, one child at a time. In Namsaling, we didn't just fix teeth. We strengthened a chain of courage that began 4 years ago, from Safal to Aditya to Ashika. And today, that chain grew stronger.